सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Okay. Your notebook, page 38, Gita Press, page 35, Sambandha Bhaashyam to mantra number 7. Etat cha jnana-rahitam karma etavat phalam avidya kama karma karyam ataha asaram dukkhamulam iti nindyate. Yeah. So until now, from from 1 onwards, mantra number 1 in this section. Tadetat satyam mantreshu karmani talks about karma. And Lelayate Hyarchihi, second one, talking about the Agni karma. Again, Yasya Agnihotram, talking about more karmas of a grihastha. And 4, 5, 6, unusual description of karma in an Upanishad. Talking about what are the benefits of Agni karma and what do you get if you don't do the karma properly. As simple as that. That is what was talked about so far. In other words, if you want something, you have to do karma. That is number one. Without doing karma, nothing can be gained. That much we know. Even anybody knows. Any human being knows that. The animal also knows that in a way. And here Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma is more advanced. Advanced means it is talking about punyam, not simply laukika karma phalam, some kind of thing I want here in my life. And I want to study, I want to get a job, I want to raise a family. That's all normal needs. But normal we say, but normal in the sense it's common to everybody. But the Veda comes and gives us more options and enables us to, it opens our vision up to completely different world altogether, and then says you can even go to heaven, swarga. There are 7 types of swarga, because the Veda knows that this kind of world after some time I'm going to get tired of, and I'll be looking for more options. All these local vacation destinations are all exhausted, means I need to go outside the state, at least minimum, then outside the country, then all countries visited, then what, in the waters I look for some islands. Islands which whom can't we can't pronounce their names also, and then all transportation options exhausted, finally ship. So like this we want to keep on stretching our idea of experience, and shastrams goes along with that with us, because that is the maximum we can go. Beyond that we don't know, and the shastram wants to tell us something beyond that also, but for that the mind should be ready. The mind should ask for it. Only then that which it has to offer, what we call Vedanta or Upanishads, will make sense to us. You can't push Upanishad down the throat of somebody. Not possible. Don't work. Can't push anything, but definitely not the Upanishad. It's for a mature person. And so here in this Upanishad, karma was talked about in so many mantras. And now he is going to say Nindyate. Nindyate. That is a verb in this Sambandha Bhaashyam. निंदा किया गया है. किसका निंदा किया गया है? कर्म. Look at the words karma nindyate. Those are the 2 words you want to underline in this Sambandha Bhaashyam. Karma is criticized. Karma is criticized. As I told you before, nothing can get you what you want than nothing better than karma to get us what we want. But that is all within the category of what? Artha, kama and dharma only. And the whole world of dharma is completely explored by the Veda. Punyam, dharma means punyam. And you can get any type of punyam. You can sacrifice and get punyam. You can help others and get punyam. You can do all kinds of tapas and get punyam. So we become alive to that world, which we didn't know also. Sometimes we are not karmatas, and so we are not used to this kind of thinking also. So now this Upanishad brings all of that also. So reminds us that the world of karma is big, and you can accomplish very big things also, which even the Kathopanishad told us. The father is going after karma, the son is going after jnanam. Look at that. What a contrast. They say Shiva created Brahma, or Brahma was born, Prathamajaha. And then Brahma had children, Manasaputraha. And then Brahma is a creator of the world. Pravritti. He is the one who is making things happen. And the sons say we are not interested in this. I think families are all like that. So you don't have to be upset if my son is not listening to me, daughter is going. Yeah, we don't have to worry. Shiva family, Brahma's family also is all dysfunctional families. So I am not very different from them.
Even Shuka Maharshi like that. Shuka
Shuka
Maharshi.
also went off. He also went off, took off. Vyasa. So Vyasa also, it's all like that. So not a problem. This is how it's going to be. That's why we have to study all these things. So now karma nindyate. Karma is criticized. Etat karma. This kind of karma is being criticized. Okay, what kind of karma? Jnana rahitam karma. Now, all of you immediately understand what jnana rahitam karma is. A karma which is a action which is not backed up by the knowledge of realities, knowledge of the self, knowledge of the whole, knowledge of Ishvara. This is the tripartite self, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. All that is important to know. If you don't know it, that kind of karma, which is the karma of any average person, jnana rahitam karma, is criticized. Yetavat phalam avidya kama karma karyam bhavati. You can add the word bhavati and put a full stop there. Jnana rahitam karma, nindyate will come later. This karma will only produce this much. Etavat phalameva will only produce this much result. Means limited result. Why do you say it can only produce limited result? Because this is the law. What is the law? Avidya kama karma karyam. Karya means phalam, let's say, effect, product, the result you're looking for. Karyam. Karyam is produced by what? Karma. Action. Action or group of actions, series of actions, series of efforts will produce the karyam that I want. And how is that karma? What is the what makes me do karma? Well, obviously karma makes me do karma. I already know what I want. That's why they keep on saying, do you know what you want? All this counseling. The whole process of counseling involves getting the students or the new graduates to begin thinking along those lines. What exactly do you want to do? Do you know? And that question becomes, these days many people seem to know it, but in my days, nobody taught me all these things. And so kama creates karma, and kama that is a seed for karma. And in this case, a desire. And what kind of desire it is? It is a desire that is backed again by avidya. This is Vedanta. Desire is backed by avidya. Why do you say this? Ignorance of the self, ignorance of the whole. Vedanta says aham purnaha, aham brahma, I am the whole. This I cannot be improved at all. Even God cannot improve this I. Why? Because God is I. Ajnana yoga paramatmanastava, we saw in Vivek Chodam. So Ishvara and I are identical, essentially. And so if that is the case, how can I improve myself? Okay, I cannot improve myself. But because of that absence of that knowledge, I consider myself to be as limited as this body. And that's it. Once I am this body, I am this mind, etc., then it's a limited thing. In whichever way you think about it, it's going to be limited. And I cannot handle limitation. No human being can say this is enough. I am good the way I am. For a human being to say that, it's a very big thing. I am incomplete. I want more of something. Whatever it is, that's something. I want more wealth. I want more of family. I want my children to be better. If everything is there, people are not good, So I want people to be better. I have everything in my life, but my family could be better. That's it. Could be better means how family will be better. Please tell me. Is there a recipe we have to say if you do A, B, C, your family will be better? Means the minute I've concluded it, then it's good. It's a tough job because now we are dealing with people. People. People can't be changed. This is the reality. Which is Swamiji's famous statement. I still remember. Nobody can change another person. Krishna tried to change Duryodhana, and it didn't happen. Even God cannot change another person. Okay, that is the truth. That is the truth. But if a person decided to change themselves, even Krishna cannot stop. Okay, that is the beauty. And so, therefore, that avidya being the root cause of karma. Then after jnanam, also desires go away or what? No, desires will be there, but they're all fangless desires. Fangless desires. Fangless means what? It won't come to bite you. They're all just vibhutis. Desires are just vibhutis. I wish this could happen. Let me work on it. That is the kind of desires. So, therefore, etavat phalam avidya kama karma karyam bhavati. This thing that you're going to get out of, not just this laukika, this worldly desires and worldly actions and things I do, but even vaidika karma, even though it has the potential to produce big things, there is no chance of targeting my actions to go towards a particular type of swarga with my limited knowledge of worldly knowledge. Not possible. Vedas helps me transport to a different world. But Shankaracharya is saying the next mantra is going to criticize even that kind of karma. That kind of karma is also going to suffer the same fate. What is the same fate? Hey, any karma is subject to this avidya, kama, karma phalam, punarjanma. Because punyam is there, papam is there. So punarjanma is going to be there. Life is not just this one life. Okay. So, bhavati, ataha, because this is the truth about karma and karma phalam. What do you mean this is the truth? Because karma is limited and karma phalam is therefore going to be limited, and he's going to explain this more in the next mantra. Because of this nature, you have to keep on doing it because my phalam is going to get exhausted and I have to keep doing it. Keep doing it, keep doing it. Doing something or the other. And therefore, asaram. Asaram. Asaram means finally it lacks finality. It has finality. Saram. Is there any truth in this? Is there any truth? Can it lead me to the truth? Asaram. That is a word Shankaracharya uses here. Asaram. It doesn't take me anywhere. It just keeps me in that same cycle. It can give me better and better life, but the better life will get exhausted because punyam is going to get exhausted. Papam is also there in my account. Therefore, asaram. And therefore, dukkha moolam also. It is a cause for dukkha. Dukkha moolam. Dukkha moolam yasya saha. It has the seed, moolam as a seed, waiting. I'm enjoying today, but tomorrow I don't know what's going to happen. Dukkha moolam is waiting, and I can't handle it. Even Nachiketa's father was angry. He couldn't enjoy the son at that moment. He also got angry and he ruined his family in the process because he kicked his son out. And so, despite him being qualified to do a yaga that will qualify him to take him to Swargaloka, and not just an ordinary denizen of Swargaloka, he is going to be the head. or at least a subhead, something big position he has to have, because he's giving up a lot of stuff. He's giving up his entire wealth. That's not ordinary. Indra will be shivering. That kind of karma is doing. But even that person is subject to all these raga dveshas. So dukkha moolam iti nindyate. Iti nindyate. That is what is going to, this is the essence that's going to happen in the next mantra. Like that, Shankaracharya is introducing the next mantra. Now, slight technical point we have to spend some time on. Jnana rahitam karma. The word jnana is a technical word in the Veda. The entire karma kanda. See, jnanam is very important to us. We know what jnanam is, atma jnana in Vedanta. But you enter another world called the world of karma kanda, which is the majority of the Veda. There, jnanam has a different meaning. What is the meaning? Jnanam means upasanam. Upasanam means various types of dhyanam. In general, upasanam, that is the meaning of jnanam. And so you talk to your purohit about jnanam and all, he will tell you it is upasana. Because the purohit is not exposed to Upanishad, that is not his subject. His subject is to master the world of karma. He has to be good at it. Not only good, when he says something, it must become true. That means he must lead that kind of a life also. The responsibility for a purohit is very high, and he has to be true to what he or she says. And so that kind of life is there. And within the world of karma, they are very good at it. Some people who get exposed to it, they get it. And then I met few people like that. And they say, yeah, this also, what I am teaching, and what I am a master of right now, really one has to grow out of. Like that. Like that, some people say. So here, this jnana rahitam karma can be interpreted as jnanam is equal to upasanam. Then upasana rahitam karma means what? A karma that is not accompanied by dhyanam, upasanam. All the prayers that we offer is preceded by a dhyanam. Vishnu Sahasranama we chant, keep on chanting. But right before it, Kshiro Danvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Moktikanam Mala Klipta Sanasta Spatikamali. So it goes on and on. What is all that? Hey, it is all dhyana shloka. Huh? We are supposed to understand that before chanting Vishnu Sahasranamam, I am supposed to do dhyanam of Vishnu. I have to visualize his form. Where is he sitting? Everything is described. Kshiro Danvat Pradeshe. An ocean of milk. Shuchi Mani Vilasat. It's just brilliant, shining with all kinds of monies. It's hard to even look at it. So bright. So bright. They say, yesterday somebody was telling me, and during the solar eclipse, when the moon is blocking, moon is there right between the earth and the sun, or is it lunar eclipse? I forget now. What happens? They say you should not see the sun. It is actually dark. It is actually dark. And you can actually see the sun. You can see the sun and nothing will happen. It's not like seeing the sun on a typical day. But then they say you should not see the sun. No, I can see the sun. It doesn't hurt me at all. The problem is that boy was telling me, it seems the actual radiation that is coming to the earth is the same amount of radiation. The brightness is less, that's all. And so, but the eyes don't know this, and the pupil will open up because it's duller, it's dim, and so the pupil will open up and it takes on more radiation, and you won't know the impact of it until 3-4 days later the eyes start burning, etc. And so they say don't look at the sun. It seems our people knew all these things. Now, all these things means to some extent they knew. They must have seen people getting blind after watching this fantastic phenomenon. And so they decided you have to, during eclipse, you have to do upasana. Upavasa, they will say. Upavasam bonam. Upavasa means upasamipe vasam karoti iti. Hey, you have to go to sit in your puja room. That is the only place where you have to be. And you have to fast. Fast because if fast because all the forces are all aligned now. The planetary forces that are impacting us that day, it's all different. It's all different because there is a planet that is blocking us, and so forces are going to be different. And so this is the right time to use that increased force, different force, etc. Instead of worrying about things, you just focus on do your japa, do your chanting, parayana, and so they said upavas karo, and then upavas means you just fast, just drink some water or whatever, some fruits you have, and then that way the stomach is not full and the mind is active, mind is alert. And so that's their way of saying don't go out. Be inside means what? Don't be outside. That is the meaning. So this is that's my imagination. I don't know. I have to verify this from other people. Okay. But the other part, the science part, that boy told me. So that must be correct, I think. So that upasana rahitam karma, this dhyanam is there in all our shlokas. Lalita Sahasranamam dhyanam is there. Athatmanam Shivatmanam Sri Rudra Rupam Dhyayet. First sentence Dhyayet. May I meditate on Rudra Rupa. Athatmanam Shivatmanam. Hey, Atmanam Dhyayet. May I meditate myself as not different from Rudra Rupa. Shivatmanam. Shiva. I don't even know what it means. And but this thing says I am going to meditate on Shiva. When before I begin to chant Rudra, Namakam, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Before that, I better know the Rudra right there. I think about him. So Dhyanam is critical to get the required palam. So like this, we have this is well known in our culture. And so take the time. Take the time. Don't rush through things. At least spend some time doing some dhyanam. And then, if you don't have time to finish the entire Vishnu Sahasranamam, chant a few shlokas. Then you're actually, I'm doing justice to Vishnu Sahasranamam. Like this, we can think differently also. So that jnana rahitam refers to that. Jnanam refers to upasanam. Upasana rahita karma. What happens to upasana rahita karma? Well, we saw in Kathopanishad itself that this man was doing. One second. This Vajasravas was doing the karma, the big huge karma he was doing, and that was done. But then this Nachiketa asked for the people who want to go to Swarga. What should I do? I need something, and Yama taught him this Nachiketa Agni, and then there we saw. If you do Nachiketa Agni, you will go to Swarga. One of the Swargas you will go to. And then, but if in addition to Nachiketa Agni, if you do the Upasanam of Virat on that same Agni, I must know what Virat is. Virat is the whole. Okay. Samashti, Sthula Sharira, Abhimani, Virat. Okay. Then this person won't go to just any heaven. Uhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Satyam, Tapaha, Satyam. Satyam means Brahmaloka, straight Brahmaloka is phalam. And therefore, here, one meaning for this Jnana Rahitam Palam is Upasana Rahitam Palam will give you an inferior Swarga. Why inferior? Inferior compared to Brahmaloka. That kind of interpretation is also there. But jnanam taken as knowledge is a better interpretation, because even that Brahmaloka phalam also is limited only. One has to leave Brahmaloka after some time. And so, just these things are there out there. Dukkha moolam, that also we saw. Dukkha moolam. Look at this. Note down this. Bhagavad Gita shloka number 522. 5.22. Ye hi samsparshaja bhogaha dukkha yonaya evate. What a shloka it is. Dukkha yoni. Here dukkha moolam. There Bhagavan says, Krishna says dukkha yonayaha. What are these seeds of dukkha? What are the things that have the seed of dukkha in them? Samsparshajaha bhogaha. All this world of experience, all experiences which are born of contact between the sense organs and the sense objects. If you look at the sky and say, aha, it's so beautiful, Krishna is saying it has this dukkha as a seed inside. Why? Because after some time it's going to start raining, drizzling, then raining, and then storm. What will happen to your sukha? It will become dukkha. Because you fell for the beautiful sky, you took it so seriously and you got attached to it. And so when I'm attached to it, it has a seed of dukkha in it. So there he says that in 5th chapter. Yehi samsparshajaha bhogaha. Why do you say it so? Adyantavantah kaunteya na teshu ramate buddha. Hey, because the adyantavantaha, they are going to be there. The experience, every experience is going to be born and it's going to end also. Adi antaha, both, it has both adi and anta. Na teshu ramate buddha. Wise people therefore don't get lost in these things. Ramate. They will accept whatever comes and then they acknowledge it and then they move on. That's the meaning. They know it's more than that. Okay, so this is the loaded statement, as you can see. That this itself explains the whole mantra. Now, mantra will be very easy to understand. But understand that avidya, kama, karma, phalam. And now, mantra is going to say more. Punarevapi yanti and all is going to say. Punarjanma, its mantra is going to talk about. But you can't say karma is absolutely useless. Why? Even for Vedanta, karma is needed. Why is karma needed for Vedanta?
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi.
Chitta Shuddhi is there. Somebody said we have to eat also, you know. I saw that somebody was saying. So, yeah, you have to eat also. Karma is there. You don't just give up karma. You can't give up. Okay, that also is there. But karma for what? Eating is for what sake? Look at this. Annapurne, Purne, Shankara Prana Vallabe. Okay, I'm worshipping Annapurni. Okay, why? Because I'm about to have food and she is the giver of food, you know. She's the giver of food. Shankara Prana Vallabe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham. What? Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham. Bhikshan Dehi cha Parvati. Hey, please give me Bhiksha. For what? For Vairagya. For me to gain and not get lost in all the Rasagullas that are there. This is the prayer. Therefore, Chitta Shuddhyartham Bhikshan Dehi. May you give me the food and let me remind myself that Vairagyam and Jnanam are the goal of my life. Like that. Beautiful. All right. So, let's chant the next mantra. प्लवाह्येते अदृढा यज्ञरूपाः
प्लवाह्येते अदृढा यज्ञरूपाः
अष्टादशो येषु कर्म
अष्टादशोक्तमवरं येषु कर्म
ये तच्छ्रेयो येऽभिनन्दन्ति मूढाः
एतश्रेयो येऽपि नन्दन्ति मूढाः
जरामृत्युं ते पुनरेवापि यन्ति
जरामृत्युं ते पुनरेवापि यन्ति
once again प्लवाख्येते अदृढा यज्ञरूपाः
प्लवाह्येते अदृता यज्ञरूपाः
अष्टादशोक्तमवरं येषु कर्म
अष्टादशोक्तमवरं येषु कर्म
ये तच्छ्रेयो येऽभिनन्दन्ति मूढाः
एतश्रेयो ये अभिनन्दन्ति मूढाः
जरामृत्युं ते पुनरेवापि यन्ति
जरामृत्युं ते पुनरेवापि यन्ति
yeah. So in Gita Press they give a title to this section and he is saying Jnana Rahit Karma Ki Ninda, like that Gita Press is saying. So that's, we can expect that. Okay. So that limitations of karma are going to be indicated in this mantra. So he's telling why the result of karma is limited. Why do you criticize karma like this? That is because karma is finite. Karma is finite means what? Well, you think of any action, you think of anything you accomplished in life, or your great grandparents accomplished in life. If you say I did not accomplish, then maybe somebody in your life, in your family accomplished something. Maybe you know people who are all highly accomplished. You take any accomplishment, doesn't matter. Is it finite or infinite? The result is going to be finite only. Well, some finite results are even more fulfilling than others. Good, that is fine. More noble things that are done through noble acts are more fulfilling, no doubt. Things that are based on duty based actions generally are more fulfilling. So I took care of my children means what? Means that's a duty, more of a duty. I keep on giving. So then you get a result. Children grow up. So there is a joy in that. I don't need a prize. I don't need a Padma Shri for all these things because that's my duty. And even though I did something that's open to interpretation, I can do this much or I can do more. I can do even more. I can do even more. And I chose to do whatever is good. And so those kinds of things are more fulfilling, but also limited result. This is what I did. This is what I got. Every result is going to be like that. Every karma is going to be like that. Why? Some reasoning is given here. So he's using the word Ashtadashoktam Avaram Yeshu Karma. He's again using the example of a Vaidika karma here. Vaidika karma. Upanishad loves to do that. Karma means Vaidika karma. In a Vedic life, that's what it is, karma. If I analyze anything I do, you will find that you need a lot of things to accomplish those karma. Need a lot of things, a lot of resources are needed. Okay. And if I have to cook means it's one breakfast, that's all it is. But still I need things. Yeah, I can make it. I don't have more than 10 minutes. What kind of breakfast I want, I can say. But even for that short, the simple breakfast also, I need a lot of things. I need bread or I need some vegetables. I need something or the other. Some grains I have to cook, whatever. I need electricity. I need this. I need some help from people. I may have to go to the store, all kinds of things. So those are all in Sanskrit. They are called karakaha. They're called karakaha. Karakaha means what? Those that help a person perform an action is called karakaha. Karakaha.
Agents.
Karakaha.
Agents.
Okay, you can say agents, resources, anything, whatever. The weather has to be good. Means, okay, I need the weather to be good also for this particular karma. For me to go out and do something, weather has to be good. If it's raining and all, I'm going to postpone it. So like this, they're called karakas. So all karakas are all finite. Finite means the resources are all finite. And therefore, the karma is going to be finite. And therefore, karma phalam is going to be finite.
Guruji, the
That is-
senses are they included in karakas?
Yeah, of course they are included in karakas.
Okay, thank you.
How do you know that your friend has arrived? Means you have to say because of my senses only. So everything is included. Everything is included.
Okay, thank
The way to answer the question is, if I did not have my eyes and ears, could I have done this? If the answer is no, then they are also karakas. So everything included. So things we take for granted also are included. There is nothing that is excluded from this, from the karakas. So Swamiji gives an example. I'll read. I actually wrote it down. My friend Devadatta from Kumbakonam eats ice cream in Coimbatore with a chopstick to enter the Guinness Book of World Records. My friend from wherever, Kumbakonam. Devadatta from Kumbakonam eats ice cream in Coimbatore with a chopstick to enter the Guinness Book of World Records. So all this from Kumbakonam, where in Coimbatore, what did he do? What is his name? Devadatta. Karta is required. Karta is required. I am also included as part of the karakas. I mean the doer. That is the primary agent. Then from where? From Coimbatore. I mean from Kumbakonam. In Coimbatore it happened. Then eating what? What action? Eating. What did he eat? Ice cream. How did he eat? With chopsticks. Why is he eating all this? Why is he doing this crazy thing? To get into the books. Okay. So this why, what, from, etc. All those W's are all answered. Everything is a karaka. We saw that Brahma, Pranam, Brahma, Heavy. There also we had this discussion. Brahma, Gnau, Brahmanahutam, Brahma Ivatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. Like that we saw in the 4th chapter. So there also we had this discussion. They're all describing karakas. There, all karakas are Brahma, like that Krishna was telling us. So here also, here is going to mention this Ashtadasha. Ashtadashoktam avaram yeshu karma. Ashtadasha, 18 karma. So he's talking about a karma, a Vedic karma, a Agni karma, where there are 18 karakas, it seems. 18 things that are needed. What are the 18 things that are needed? You need 4 Ritviks from each of the Vedas. Rig Veda, okay, Hotru, okay, Hotganaha, Hota. You need 4 Hotas. Hotaraha, that Ritvik. Rigvedic Ritvik is called a Hota. Then Adhvaryu. Ajurvedic Ritvik is called Adhvaryu. 4 of them you need for this particular karma. Then Samaveda. Okay, Hota, Adhvaryu, and then Udgatru or Udgata. So 4 Udgatas you need. Technical words which mean that particular Veda. All right. Then the Atharvana Veda, you need 4 Brahma. That person's name is called Brahma. Brahma. This Brahma is very interesting. These guys are all, they know one Veda, one Veda, one Veda. This guy should know Yajurveda, Atharvana Veda, and the 3 more Vedas also. Because he is the overseer of the entire Karyam. He is not going to put any ghee anywhere, nothing. He is going to be sitting in one corner. And so he is a Mahan, he is a Chaturvedi. Ideally, he should be a Chaturvedi. Anyway, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 16. And then Yajamanaha 17. And then Yajamana Patni 18. Okay, that is how our acharyas interpret this 18 Ashtadasha. 18 things that are required for performing this karma. Okay, all resources and all included. You just include all that, but 18 refers to only these 18 people. Okay, and the result is finite. But I want only finite results. I don't want infinite and all. I am happy with whatever little I have and whatever little I get. So what is the problem with that? Well, the problem is this. It's easy to say I'm happy with finite things. That is good. If you can say that, that's very nice. But this infinite is not an ordinary thing, and every time I experience joy, I am part of the infinite. I am infinite also. Ananda is equal to Ananta. Why? Because that idea of finiteness is there when I'm awake and when I'm interacting, but in a moment of joy, there is no interaction, there is no karma at all, and there is no subject-object division at all. I am enjoying idea also is not there. Even that idea comes later only. After the enjoyment is over only, I can say I enjoyed it. Okay. And that why? What is this enjoyment? That is because the subject-object division disappears completely. And when it disappears, then as though this cloud is covering the sun, we saw that in another example, that cloud disappears and the sun is shining. The shining means Atma is shining. That is joy. That is the joy. And therefore, that joy, Ananda, is Ananta, is equal to Ananta. I may say I don't want infinite and all, but correct, you cannot want an infinite thing, not possible. But I am seeking the infinite. Without my knowing, I am seeking the infinite. Because Ananta is Ananda. When I say, do you want Ananda? If the answer is yes, that means you are seeking the infinite. But I don't know all these things, so I only know to seek the finite, so I keep on seeking, without any end. So therefore, this idea of finiteness comes. Karma is finite, karma phalam is finite comes. And so this world will not end. Finite phalam means anityam phalam. It's constantly, it's anityam, it's all agama payi, coming and going, and I'm constantly seeking. That's a general idea. So we will see the meanings of these words, etc. when we see the Bhaashyam. Okay. So in summary, this mantra is telling the limitations of karma, or a critique of karma, you can say. Okay, Bhaashyam.
Vijay Sethi.
Plavaha
Pravaha
Vinashinaha
Vinashinaha
Ityarthaha
Ityarthaha
Hi Yasmat
Hi Yasmat
Ete Adridhaha
Ete Atridaha
Asthiraha
Asthiraha
Yajnarupaha
Yagyarupaha
Yajnasya Rupani
यज्ञस्य रूपाणि
यज्ञरूपाः
यज्ञरूपाः
यज्ञनिर्वर्तकाः
यज्ञनिर्वर्तकाः
अष्टादश
अष्टादश
अष्टादश संख्याकाः
अष्टादश संख्याकाः
षोडशर्त्विजः
षोडश ऋत्विजः
पत्नी
पत्नी
यजमानः च
यजमानः च
इति अष्टादश.
इति अष्टादश.
Yeah. So he's explaining the words plavaha, hi ete, adridaha, yajna rupaha. That first quarter. Ashtadasha uktam. That he's explaining. Plavaha. 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 Plavaha means it's a raft. Raft. Not a boat, but a raft. Sometimes they use plava for a boat, but plavaha means raft. Means something that you put together with wood and tie it up, and then it can be a platform which you can use to sit on the water. You can sit on it, and then you can use it to travel through the water. Okay, can be boat also. It can be handmade boats, catamaran, all that stuff. Called plavaha. Plavaha. And Shankaracharya immediately says, Vinashinaha ityarthaha. Means, hey, Upanishad is saying this plavaha. Okay, what are plavaha? Yajna rupaha. Ashtadasha. I'm trying to look for the noun here. Asthiraha. So this karakaha. Etad ashrayam karma. Yeah, these are all karakaha. The word karaka is not mentioned here. But all the things that are used for the karma. All the things that are used and then executed, and then karma is executed. Those are the things. And those things, those resources, those accessories, those karakas in our language are called plavaha. Vinashinaha ityarthaha. Vinashi. They are not, they're temporary. They are subject to getting destroyed. Okay, they're perishable. Perishable. He, yasmat. Yasmat. Okay, yasmat means because all the accessories are perishable. These are adridaha. These adridaha, asthiraha. They are impermanent and fragile. Fragile, asthiraha, adridaha, ashashvataha. You can give those kinds of words. They're impermanent. And yajna rupaha. What are these? Okay, you can say instead of karakaha, you can say yajna rupaha. You can underline the words yajna rupaha plavaha. Yajna rupaha adridaha. Yajna rupaha asthiraha. Okay, so what is yajna rupaha? Yajnasya rupani yajna rupaha. Yajnasya rupani means, be careful, not the forms of yajna. You should not take rupa as form. You should take rupa as what? The things that are used in an yajna. The constituents of a yajna. All the things needed for a yajna. Means yajna karakaha ityartaha. All the accessories that are needed, without which an yajna cannot be done properly. So they are called yajnasya rupani yajna rupaha. Yajna nirvartakaha. Yajna nirvartakaha. Which make me accomplish. Nirvartaka, accomplish. Which make me accomplish the yajna. accomplish. Yajna nirvartakaha. So yajna is important, right? The yajna rupa. What did we study in Bhagavad Gita? Anything I do also should be looked upon as a yajna. We saw that. Study should be looked upon as a yajna. Okay. Even simple breathing also can be looked upon as a yajna. I'm offering. Where I offer something, it's called a yajna. So even breathing also I'm offering. I'm offering the inhalation into what is going to become an exhalation. Then when I exhale, the exhalation is offered into this whole prana. So like that, Krishna had said in the 6th chapter also. I think 6th chapter. So therefore, here, yajnarthat karmanon yatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. He had mentioned that. So this is getting into karma yoga. So that is chapter 3, 3.9. Yajnarthat karmanon yatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. He's saying there, hey, do whatever you do it as though you're doing a yajna. When I'm doing a yajna, I'm offering it. That's it over. Na mama. This is my duty to do. Like that, with that attitude, you do all the karma. Even the laukika karma, please do it like that. So he said that. So therefore, yajna rupaha. Oh, Shankara uses that word constantly. Yajna means it's a very important word for us. And when we study Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta, then there also laukika karmas are converted into yajnas. Okay, that's why we say there is no such thing called secular in our dharma. Secular word doesn't exist at all. You try to look up the dictionary and look for. I'm curious. I've never done it, but if you look up kosha and type secular, and I want to see what happens, there is a word like that. Anishwaraha or something. I don't know what they will say. Anyway, ashtadasha sankhyaakaha. Ashtadasha means which are 18 in number, which count to 18. What count to 18? Yajna rupaha ashtadasha. The things that are needed for me to perform these yajnas are 18 in number. And what are those? Shodasha ritvijaha patni yajamanaha cha iti ashtadasha. So those 16 ritviks that we counted. So 4, I don't want to repeat. Okay, 4 hotas, 4 hotas, and then 4 advaryus, 4 udgatris, and 4 brahmas. Okay, and then yajamanaha and patni. So you can see now how even translating pati patni as husband wife is inaccurate. I hope you're able to see it. It is inaccurate because because the word, see, these both people are patis. Two patis come together, and when they come together, yajna samyoge, when in the presence of yajna, if they come together, one pati changes her name and she is called patni. Both are really patis only. Patis means both are independent entities and who are capable of accomplishing, and now they have to come together and accomplish life's goals. And in the Sanskrit, the word pati changes to patni when in the yajna samyoge. Only then, and if they are doing the karma that is required to be done, then only they are called pati and patni. So technically, it's not simple husband wife. The normally understood husband, even though they are husband wife, no doubt, but it's a lot more. The word pati stands for a lot of things. Patni stands for a lot. Stands for yajna kartaraha. They are yajna kartaraha.
कल का आटा बचा हुआ है, थोड़े से उसकी रोटी बना दो, बाकी का ना वो जो पनीर सा बनाया हुआ है उसका सैंडविच बना देंगे ये लोग। एक प्याज काट दीजिएगा अभी।
Okay. So, ashtadasha. think we have to read the next mantra. Next Bhaashyam.
Can everybody mute, please? So many people have unmuted.
Oh, the system asked me to unmute myself.
I think that's because Guruji did a toggle.
Oh, okay.
कर्म
Kathitam Shastrena
कथितं शास्त्रेण
Yeshu
येषु
Ashtadashasu
अष्टादशसु
Avaram Kevalam
अवरं केवलं
Jnana Varjitam Karma.
ज्ञानवर्जितं कर्म.
Yeah. So etadashrayam. Etadashrayam means what? It's a samasa. It's one word. Etadashrayam. Etadashrayam referring to karma. Etadashrayam karma. That karma which requires the support of etat. Ashraya means support. That karma which requires the support of etat means what? Ashtadasha. All these 18 things that we talked about. Okay. Karma which is dependent on these 18 things. Etadashrayam karma. Uktam Kathitam Shastrena. Uktam is the word in the Moolam. Mantra is saying Uktam. Uktam means a Shastrena Kathitam, which is told by the Shastram. In this particular case, the karma is literally a Vaidika karma, which is told by the Shastram that it needs these 18 accessories. Okay. I think your book has a full stop there. Gita Press, you can put a semicolon or a full stop. Then Yeshu Ashtadashu Avaram Kevalam Jnana Varjitam Karma. So that karma Yeshu Ashtadashu in that is dependent on the 18 Yeshu, on the 18 accessories. Okay, that on Yeshu Ashtadashu. Okay, is Avaram. Is Avaram. Is Avaram means Kevalam. Kevalam, no, you should not take Kevalam as this one. Only Keval, not that kind of Keval. Avaram means Kevalam. Means it's Jnana Varjitam Karma. It is Kevalam Karma. It's only karma. Yeah, only karma, which means what? It is not accompanied by the dhyanam that we talked about. Upasana Varjitam Karma. That is one interpretation. Second interpretation would be what? It is bereft of jnanam. Chittasya shuddhaye karma natu vastupalabdhaye. We saw that in Viveka Chudamani. Vastu siddhir vicharena nakinchit karma koti bihi. Means karma maximum can give me brahmaloka if I do upasanam, or maximum it can give me chitta shuddhi, which is very important for us, no doubt, but that's all it can give, chitta shuddhi only. Both ways you can look at as kevalam jnana rahitam karma. You can put both meanings of jnanam there. Ataha tesham. Did we read this? No, we did not read this. So that's good. We will come back to it. A couple of minutes. Yeah, we'll come back to it. The general idea of this mantra is a critique of karma. Jnana rahitam karma. So Shankara is carefully adding Jnana rahitam karma. Because Shankara also is performing a karma only by writing this Bhaashyam. That's also karma. And so we'll come back to it, okay? Om आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।